Today, I'll be reviewing one of the best budget IEMs at the $20 bracket, the Tanchjim Bunny DSP. Moving on with the accessories, we get the IEMs, 6 pairs of ear tips with wide bore and narrow bore, and a carry pouch. For the cable, initially it felt stiff and holds memory, but eventually it will mold to whatever shape that you mold it to. Its transparent housing makes it look clean, but it would eventually yellow over time. When rolling the cable, I recommend to roll the wrap in order for it to not get tangled. It fits perfectly with the pouch. Though this pouch doesn't offer any drop resistance, it would suffice for beginners. You get a 0.78 2-pin connector, which is longer than the usual 2-pin connectors. But this won't be a problem because there are two contact housings on the sides of the IEMs. There are colored dot indicators on the sides of the connectors, where the left is the blue while the right is color red. It is easy to connect and remove the 2-pin connectors on the IEMs, but still feel secure enough in place. You get a chin slider which helps keep your IEMs in place while using them. And also, there are no microphonics heard while during use. You get a Type-C connector with the DSP chip inside, with the Tanchjim minimal looking logo. You also get an inline mic, whereas there are two buttons for playing and pausing the song. So let's check out the microphone tests for this mic. Tanchjim Bunny DSP microphone. Tell me down below in the comments what do you think about it. So let's talk about the build quality. It features a resin shell with a metal faceplate that offers a clean and minimal look. Because of the resin shell, it is very lightweight and comfortable, but it is still pretty solid. For the comfort, it is very light and fits perfectly in my ears. This is suitable for people that has smaller ears. Now, let's talk about the sound quality of this IM. The stock tuning of the Bunny DSP follows what is known as the JM1 Meta Curve, where this is a newer tuning approach that is based on the new advanced measurement systems like the 5128 and is designed to better perceive natural sound. Compared to the traditional Harman targets, this meta has usually lesser aggressive upper mid-range and a smoother treble. So looking at the bunny's graph here, you could see that it almost completely follows the JM1 curve where there is a controlled bass shelf, a slightly relaxed upper mids here, and a smoother treble. Though that being said, it doesn't perfectly follow the JM1 curve where it still leans a little bit brighter here and have a more airier approach. But for its price, it's a really good attempt for this kind of tuning. And this also explains why the Tanchjim Bunny is very easy to listen to. So starting with the bass, the Bunny leans more towards a sub-bass where you get a noticeable rumble that adds depth to the sound. The mid-bass though is more controlled, which provides a less intrusive mid-range experience. But this may be lacking for those bass heads that really want that punchy, thumpy sound. That said though, the bass still sounds really clean and has good enough body. For the mid-range, this is one of the strongest aspects of this IM as vocals are forward, rich, and natural. They also blend well with the instruments, where there is a nice amount of warmth from the lower mids, while the upper mids add a presence and also lushness without becoming too shouty. So overall, the vocals and the mid-range presence feels really clean and smooth, which is great for vocal focused tracks. Lower treble is slightly forward, which helps upper vocals and instruments to stand out while the upper treble stays smooth and relaxed. Interestingly, there's a dip around the 9 to 12K, which means that this gives the IEM less of a sibilant and a harsh tuning, while there is a rise in the air area over here at the 15K, which gives the bunny a sense of openness and airiness without being harsh. This is not the most sparkly IEM, but it is a very safe listen to, and also provides decent details. In terms of the technicalities, the soundstage is above average for the price with decent width and depth. Imaging is solid where you could easily distinguish directions, which makes this good for gaming. The separation is also well done as instruments don't get muddled due to even busy tracks because of its clean and neutral tuning. Now let's move on to the Tanchjim app, where you are greeted with a lot of features including official presets, game EQ, EQ forum, EQ customize, and microphone gain. For the official presets, you get 4 to choose from, where the default sound is the stock tuning of the DSP, the natural sound which delivers a smoother and more relaxed sound similar to the default EQ, the balanced sound which follows a diffuse field approach offering for a more neutral sound presentation which lowers the sub-bass, the pop sound which follows a Harman target that is similar to the instrumental preset with a little bass boost and drop in the presence treble, which produces a warmer sound. While for the instrument preset, this follows the Harman tune closely. Now moving on to the other features, we also get a game EQ where you could choose for specific games which would help identify like footsteps or maybe bring better immersion. For the EQ forum, where you could share or also try out different EQ settings that other people posted. You could also customize your own EQ with its 5-band PEQ, which is really decent in this price range. And lastly, you get a microphone gain setting where you could increase or decrease the volume output of your inline mic to your liking. In conclusion, the Tanchjim Bunny is a neutral and balanced IM that is perfect for people that want an overall balanced sound that focuses on the vocals, where other IMs in this price point commonly use a V-shaped signature. What sets this IM apart from others is the DSP app support that is one of the best, if not the best, in its price range. All the features in the Tanchjim app is very useful and helps elevate the overall experience even if the sound is already good stock. Lastly, it is also one of the few IMs to be small in form factor, which makes it comfortable to use for longer sessions and can be accessible to more people that haven't tried IEMs yet. So that wraps up the review for the Tanchjim Bunny DSP. You can check them out in the links in the description below. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, comment down below and don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye!